We're back.
Yeah.
Oh, before we get anything, I wanted to show Logan this.
Yeah.
Because I was like rewatching Persona openings in the lead up to the whole Persona re-releases.
Yeah.
This is what I saw at Persona Q2's opening. Let me just upgrade the brightness so you can see. It goes from this.
This is what I think it is.
To this.
Oh yeah, that's right, Kamoshida rapping. Like when I saw it.
And then like next thing is shown.
Yeah. When the clip started, I was like, you're gonna show Kamoshida rapping, aren't you?
Just the fact that they synced up Lotus Juice's rapping to Kamoshida's, it's both why but also hilarious.
Yeah. I actually have that game.
I don't.
It sucks.
If you don't want it, I'll take it.
No. It's one of the rarest 3DS games now.
Yeah, and that's why I want it. I haven't been able to find it. I wasn't even able to find Q normally. I had to find it in like a used DS game thing.
Well, the eShop is shutting down in March, so you can buy it digitally until then.
I don't know how much it costs, and I don't really put
$40. Sometimes it goes on sale for $20.
Damn it! I don't like having to go around the bullshit to try and actually get access to money on that thing.
Because since gift cards and credit cards have been disabled, now you have to add money to your Switch and then sync your Switch money to your 3DS money. Or you go the slightly more complicated route, mod your 3DS and pirate it. Or use a 3DS emulator. Those exist.
I know.
There's one.
I have a couple emulators on my computer, dude.
Yeah, I have Citra, which is a 3DS one, and Dolphin, which is GameCube and
I have a DS, a Game Boy Advance, which also acts like a Game Boy / Game Boy Color emulator.
Oh, I also have a Dreamcast one for some reason.
PlayStation 2. What else? PSP.
PSP. Huh. I never owned a PSP.
I did. Well, Kevin did, technically. But since we shared that stuff, technically I did too.
I had a DS, but I always preferred to play on the Wii. So something tells me if I instead drove with a PS2 and PSP, I would prefer to play on the PS2 instead. Anyways, today's the 22nd of January. I went to a convention this weekend. Pretty fun.
Cool.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of pins for my backpack so I can get bullied at school. What? I saw a whole bunch of other weird stuff. This is what my backpack looks like now.
Nice, nice. If it were up to me, it'd be almost entirely the World Ends View pins.
Yeah. There's a couple Kingdom Hearts points. Mainly Shield.
Best girl.
And
Lil and I are leaving.
Okay.
We'll be gone for a couple hours or so. Donate blood.
Okay.
We'll see you.
I also bought a button of a Koopa Troopa with the words, "It would be so awesome, it would be so cool" written on it. Which, if you kids don't know, that's the lyrics to a song from the Teen Titans Go movie. And when I bought that, the guy was like, good for you, this is the last one in stock. And I'm like, wow. Dang. Huh.
I should definitely start going into the higher end rooms to try and get more of the golden thing.
Yeah. Also, something I want to point out: one of the pins there, one of the bins that you could pull from was a bunch of Danganronpa pins, randomly pulled from scenes from the manga. One of them happened to be the scene showing Chotocho's trauma. And I'm like,
why though?
yeah.
I'm just going after these guys because they give fairly decent XP for something that doesn't do shit.
I don't know what was up with that, but it was there.
You don't need to show that.
Yeah, I know. I get they just randomly pulled from the manga adaptations, but like, could you at least double checked before you sold them?
Just saying, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
And the people who do don't deserve to live.
I don't think anyone bought it. Because I went back and it was still there.
So what was this thing that like had all these things?
Oh, it's an event called Genesis. This was the 9th iteration. It's down in San Jose. It's mainly a big Smash Brothers tournament. People flying all around the world, but they have other games like like Guilty Gear and Rivals of Aether.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There was a lot. There was a really.
There you are.
There was a really high amount of turnout for Guilty Gear. Specifically, Strive, the newest one.
Okay, there is one in this world. Good.
Again, they were playing on PS4 Pros. Although there was one single PS5 there. With like 20 controllers hooked up for some reason. 20.
Wasn't that for the Nicktoons?
Nicktoons?
No.
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl?
Yeah.
Oh, they had that last year. They did not have it this year.
I'm gonna leave here and go up to get that because if I leave now, that enemy won't despawn because it'll just still be there when I go back to this room.
Mm-hmm.
Which may give me a chance to get another one of those.
Yeah. And for Nicktoons, Nickelodeon last year, they used the PC version with a bunch of really high-end laptops. I lost, by the way. I played Ultimate tournament. Some guy, the guy I was facing against, had his dad cheering him on, and then they were like, "Dad, shut up." But hey, I won the first round.
Wait, who's dad?
My opponent. The guy was like, "That's my dad." Anyway.
It sucks that Arzacana basically never works out unless you manage to get it like perfect timing.
In the tournament I use Sora because that's my main. I think I am pretty good with him.
Presumably, is your main entirely because of the fact that you had to like play as him in one game for like a good amount of time, so you're now like semi decent at his playstyle.
I just like how he plays.
And you hate how the
actual game plays. I was gonna say that's ironic considering I hate Kingdom Hearts 1.
And it's literally based entirely on one's gameplay style.
It's like Kingdom Hearts 1 but polished.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I just.
Meanwhile, I'm not very good at his Smash play style because honestly, it's a bit too polished.
Yeah. I managed to juggle the guy in the air for a solid 30 seconds. KO him at the top of the screen by just dragging him up there. I lost the next round. Yeah.
It's not actually that polished. That's the issue. It's just the fact that I'm used to Kingdom Hearts 1's playstyle.
Well, Kingdom Hearts is a RPG. Smash Bros. Is a fighting game. They're two different things. Also, I used the 1920 skin.
Of course.
Yeah. I just like how that looks.
I'll say this though, Sora definitely has probably the most unique like character skin models. But I mean,
They said because
quite literally, just about all of them are unique.
They said they worked extra hard because it was the last one, so they wanted to put in some extra effort.
It was either the extra effort or they realized that this is like the only chance they're ever going to get to use them.
Bowser Jr. had the big links.
Yeah, that's fair, but he wasn't a DLC character.
Hero from Dragon Quest had 3 other protagonists.
Yeah.
It was going to be 8 protagonists, but time constraints like just before.
That I don't remember Hero about, but then again, I don't really care.
So, Dragon Quest 8 Hero was only there because Sakurai realized that's the most popular game in the West. At least at the time. 11 has since surpassed it.
Obviously. 11 actually has more than just like weebs going for it. 11 actually was popular.
Yeah.
It's like probably one of the first, if not like the first, like totally major Dragon Quest game with the vast gaming public here in the West.
8 and 9 were pretty popular in the West.
8 and 9 were popular with the people who play these types of games.
I'm pretty sure 8 being bundled with a demo disc for Final Fantasy 12 certainly helped.
Yeah. Say that helped, but honestly, I see more people looking back at 8 than I do 12. So.
Yeah, Dragon Quest 8 is a lot of people's favorite game. The PS2 version.
I was making a joke about like how clearly it's meant to be a demo for 12, but let's be honest here, which one had the lasting impact? And it was not 12.
Yeah.
12 is dead.
Yeah.
Because it was an online game.
11 was online.
Oh wait, no, 12 was
normal Final Fantasy.
12 is dead for a different reason altogether. And that's because Final Fantasy was dead for a good chunk of time thanks to the mishmash that was the polarizing 13 and the god-awful 14. And before anyone says, yes, I know 14 is a great game,
14,
now...
14, you have not played the game in the launch state, I will say.
Yeah, like, if you believe that 14 was always great, trust me, it wasn't. They literally nuked the entire game and said, fuck it, we're starting all over. They quite literally genocided the entire world just to say, this game doesn't work, we're completely starting from scratch, and whoever makes this next better do a goddamn good job.
Well.
And now they're carrying Square because they're the only ones actually doing well. You know, with the exception of Final Fantasy 7s. But literally, 7 is the only thing Square gives a shit about right now.
16 is coming out. With a full-on M rating because edgy.
Yeah, 16 is coming out. And what has more like advertisement going for it and like marketing? 7 or 16?
I don't know.
Here's the thing.
Let's see. 16 is coming out first, and then
no, remember, they had basically an entire direct style presentation going over stuff for 7.
That's true. But I'll keep that in mind. 16's gonna be coming out soon-ish, and part 2, I was gonna say Reunion, but that's Crisis Core. Rebirth is slated to come out after, so we'll see how much they promote both of those.
I'm saying that they've already promoted 7 significantly more.
Well, it's the most popular, so.
Like, if it weren't for people constantly reminding me that 16 is even coming out, I legitimately would not know that it was even coming out.
PS5 exclusive because Sony wants money and they still complain about Microsoft buying yearly shooter games.
That's not even a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Like, there was a document that went public and, like...
No, I was gonna say, the whole me not even realizing 16 is coming out until anyone brings it up in the first place. That's legitimately something that's with me. Like, every time I think about 16, I don't even realize that's a thing in development. That is how little I think about Final Fantasy 16. Meanwhile, here I am on the hype train for 7, like it's no issue. And the fact of the matter is, I'm used to Nomura's bullshit. So unlike a lot of people, I legitimately don't give a shit about like the whole remake not being an actual remake thing.
Have you ever heard the term reimagining, folks?
Well, technically it's a sequel.
Technically. The multiverse. Okay. Anyway. I don't know what to say. Still, I find it kind of petty that Sony is just paying for all these exclusives when.
Oh, thank God.
And here they think they have the right to complain about Microsoft buying out Activision, saying they're going to make COD exclusive. Microsoft said that's not going to make any sense. But yeah. Also at the convention, I entered my first Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament, and get this, I lost. I played the original Smash 64 tournament. I won 1 match out of 4. In Melee, I played Dr. Mario, and 64 I played Luigi.
How did that go for her?
I lost.
Yeah.
I lost Melee hard. 64, I won 1 total set, and then I lost everything else.
Considering how you didn't play someone like Fox, it made sense that you lost completely at Melee.
Fox has such a high learning curve, though.
I was making a joke on the fact that
Fox, Falco, because he's a clone, Sheik, Captain Falcon.
That, if I remember correctly, Dr. Mario was actually one of the worst characters in the game.
He's in the middle.
Stardust Blitz.
Like, the most commons I saw there for Melee were Fox, Falco, Captain Falcon, Sheik, and Mars.
This is actually a pretty good one. Like, just by requirements alone. Look at this.
Yeah.
Knock up 3 downs, fireballs towards the enemy.
Marth was there. Also a lot of Pikachu and Yoshi for some reason.
Again, Pikachu is fast.
Pikachu, yeah. I gotta look at the tier lists. Let's see. Yeah. I also played Luigi in Melee, and I kept getting like misfires through his side B. It was funny. But yeah. In terms of 64, the most common characters I would see is like Ness, Pikachu, who I'm pretty sure is literally the best. Kirby, Jigglypuff, Mario. Yeah. Yeah, Pikachu is literally the best in 64 according to the tier list.
Completely factual, not biased at all.
Yeah.
Probably isn't actually. These fuckers like literally study frames. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Kirby is actually the second best in 64, and then when you go to Melee, he's literally one of the worst characters in the game.
Too floaty.
Ugh.
But no, seriously, you wanna know? Do you remember the TRC crew?
I do.
Yeah, like they actually brought up iframes and shit. They weren't professionals, and even then they were like obsessive with that stuff.
Frame 2 jab. At least starting with Smash 4, they could actually just use balance patches instead of just having to wait for a whole new game for a character to get nerfed. Or buffed. Sora got 0 buffs or nerfs through balance patches because there was really only 1 patch after he came out. Oh yeah, the Sephiroth and Kazuya amiibo came out. I gotta get my hands on those. Sora is still not confirmed to have an amiibo. I have seen some concerns that Disney may not have allowed it, which I'm really hoping is the case.
Honestly, if there was anything that, like, I believe it's that.
Because if so, Sora would literally be the only one without an amiibo.
Mingling words.
That would be sad if true. Oh, Luigi is literally the worst character in 64. What do you know?
Wasn't that the one that you played?
Yeah. Proud Luigi, man.
Well, you need to be proud to have any pride to actually play that character,
Yeah.
especially in a competitive tournament.
Yeah. I brought my actual Nintendo 64 controller today.
A YouTuber I follow literally made an entire video on the history of Ganondorf as a Smash character.
Yeah, who's like
Fumbles McFumbles.
Fun fact for the kids at home: Melee has, as it's commonly known, Melee has 6 clone characters, which were added because people wanted more characters. They did not have enough time to truly add like more unique ones, and so Sakurai decided, you know what, clones take a lot less time to develop, so let's just add them in. So as a result of that, we got Dr. Mario, Falco,
Pichu,
Young Link, Roy, whose origin game was not even out at the time Melee released.
Granted, neither was Marf's.
It was in Japan. But Roy, Melee was his first appearance in general.
Yeah.
And the weirdest one, and to my knowledge, it's the only cross-series clone, Ganondorf, who has infamously been a clone of Captain Falcon.
Like the entire time.
Yeah.
And it's only recently in Ultimate that like he's had anything resembling what he actually does in the game, and that's the sword.
There, we gave him the sword. Because, like, I remember people were like, give Ganondorf the sword, god damn it. And then when they saw the sword, he was like, oh my god, he has the sword!
Fucking finally!
It took them 17 years!
And considering how long it took, you can kind of tell that they were reluctant to even give, like, development time to Ganondorf.
Yeah. Well, they kept trying. And they got it.
Like, the thing is, you can kind of tell that until Ultimate, they never really cared about the villain characters that they added in. And it wasn't until Ultimate revealed to them just how much people actually like the villains being available to play.
Yeah.
Yes, another one!
Because it's fun. Seeing Sephiroth from Final Fantasy getting the shit kicked out of him by Pichu, or Jigglypuff.
Or, you know, reenacting literally everyone's final moments in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Yeah. Take the Sephiroth challenge. Do a stamina battle, give Sephiroth a ridiculously high amount of HP, and play a Sora with a ridiculously low amount of HP.
Just have like 100.
Yeah. Sephiroth has like 500.
Bad accurate, too.
For Melee, everyone knows what the best character is. Fox. And currently the literal worst is Bowser in Melee. Because he just doesn't fit the fast-paced style.
Yeah.
Shame, but...
For the longest time, it was Ganondorf, but then...
It was actually Mewtwo for the longest time.
No, I was gonna say, like...
Worst character in Melee.
Mm.
Ganondorf is considered the worst character in Brawl, though.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like... Ganondorf, like, has had a weird history.
Yeah. Meta Knight is
Right.
Brawl Meta Knight. Remember Brawl Meta Knight, folks?
I wish I could forget.
Smash 4. The Bayonetta incident happened. She rigged the Smash ballot, they said.
It wasn't. She was just the closest one that was actually available.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, as it's...
The meme choices were definitely not something they were ever going to pull off.
Shrek, Goku,
And
Bob,
the one choice that wasn't the meme choice that actually did get #1...
Sora. had some legal
was
shit.
in legal bullshit limbo.
Yeah, there's a bunch of conspiracies going around about that. Number one, Disney just straight up said no. Number two, Disney...
We now know that's definitely a lie.
Number two, Disney said yes, but Nintendo could not afford it at the time.
Honestly, that'd probably be the one I believe the most.
Or number three, Nintendo was too intimidated.
That one I also believe, yeah.
Huh.
I've gone to Agrabah's. I don't think I've done Olympus's, right?
Yeah. I don't know, it's been a fat minute. Cloud is actually said in Best in 4. The worst is Jigglypuff. Ganondorf is third worst, that's funny.
Okay, we're doing this.
There is currently no community-accepted Ultimate tier list. Due to a whole bunch of balance changes, COVID forcing everything to be online for over a year. And, yeah. But updates are officially done, offline is back in action. So it's only a matter of time. Personally, I'd say Sora's like high tier at best. He's not one of the best, but he's decent.
Mm.
He's
really good in aerial, but he's
yeah.
He's not Bayonetta Smash 4 good.
He has a strong punish game. Okay, I found a tier list. I found a tier list from January 2023. They say, this tier list says, the best character in the game is Steve. You know, the people really want banned from tournaments because of his unusual playstyle.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a sign of, get good. As I mentioned in the past, people seriously want Steve and Kazuya banned from competitive play. So,
pretty sure these same motherfuckers would ask for Ryo and Ken to be banned.
They haven't.
Along with Terry.
They haven't, actually.
No one plays Terry, I'm guessing?
People play Terry. I lost to a Terry.
Fair enough.
And I actually saw someone selling this drawing at the,
Get in.
Get in. Kazuya, because of his high 0 to death, easy kills.
Or, you know, being good at a fighting game.
Yeah. Like, Kazuya players I see come in with a literal arcade stick and buttons.
Magnificent.
I actually played against one last year.
You could tell that's what Sakurai wanted.
They were like, okay, we need another Bandai Namco brand. They helped develop our game. Who should we put? Yo, Sakurai, sir, we want Tekken. They're like, and he was like, okay, time to break the game.
No, I was saying you could tell that that's what he wants because
yeah.
he fucking hates the competitive scene. You can kind of tell.
He said he honors it.
He honors it, but let's be honest here.
He did watch Evo Grand Final. No, he did watch Evo a bit.
Yeah. No, but like some of his statements in the past kind of point at the idea that he really doesn't like how the competitive scene treats Smash.
Well, he did say he's he regrets that Melee was too competitive in the mindset. So he made Brawl to be more casual, but now then he said he regrets making Brawl too casual. So he tried to make Smash 4 a balance in between, and Ultimate slightly faster, but it can still be enjoyed. Whatever.
With us. Honestly, that was just kind of cool.
Sakurai said he did consider Heihachi as a Tekken rep, but he felt Kazuya would be more unique.
I get the feeling it wasn't that he felt Kazuya would be more unique. were unique for like looking at Kazuya's like role in the original game.
Well,
but rather because
more so of his devil gene, basically.
No, I was gonna say because Heihachi had already been a guest character in another fighting game.
Yeah, PlayStation All Stars. Anyone?
No, a different one.
Oh, Soul Calibur.
Well, that too. Heihachi's
been in a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But yeah, Sakurai found it difficult to make Heihachi, so he looked at Kazuya and was like, you know, the devil gene could actually lead to something here. You know, catching more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember way back when it was announced, Mashed Potato Samurai said, guys, Nintendo chose all the DLC picks, just by the way. And people were like, okay. This was before anyone was revealed. People were like...
But then you see shit like Terran's like, no, you chose this one. There's no goddamn way Nintendo chose this one.
Well, I was gonna say... My throat. Okay. I was gonna say, people were like, okay, since Nintendo chose it, it's all gonna be bland, boring promotional pitch for upcoming Switch games and tie it in with. And then literally the first character was Joker from Persona.
Who had not only not been on a Switch console
at the time.
It looked for the longest time like he would never even show up on the console outside of Strikers.
And then Royal finally came to Xbox. I still find that funny. And then it came to Switch.
Which you can tell is one thing. It coming to Switch is almost certainly a spite move.
Yeah. The fact that they announced the Xbox and PC versions before the Switch, 2 weeks before the Switch versions. I remember you were rambling that Golden and Portable should have been on Switch, because, you know, they were on portable systems.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we're starting our Persona 4 Golden series today.
Logan doesn't want to use a guide. I refuse to not use a guide, because honestly, I don't want to have to deal with making up for dialogue decision bullshit.
We'll see how it goes.
I will not entirely dictate the way he plays, but I will dictate what he says when it's needed.
We'll see how it goes. We'll just see how it goes. Okay? Peach?
Look, I don't want to have to grind for courage and knowledge just because you...
Okay, we get it. And I don't know, depending on how long we play it, we might not be around the day more with us today.
Honestly, that's probably for the best.
Yeah. Because, hey, more time for... I can't think of anything like that. Anyway.
More time for me to fuck around in this game than other games.
We played 3 games because Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memory sucks. Ace Attorney killed our voices, so we just needed something. Let's just chill out.
But Persona 4 is a game that, like, both of us legitimately like. So...
Yeah, so... As was...
but seriously, I don't expect you to do a New Game Plus run, so I'm not...
It's not. It's like gonna be under your Microsoft account.
Yeah.
So... There's gonna be no save data whatsoever.
What do you mean, no save data?
On your Microsoft account?
Oh, yeah.
Unless you buy it on the Windows Store, then...
Nah, if I'm buying PC, I have Steam.
Yeah. I have Game Pass, and I also have it on PC, so I tried playing Persona 5 on PC. Does not run the best on my computer. Oh well. I plan on upgrading it eventually. Well, more so the parts, but like, you know. Yep. Anyway, well, I think the last time we played like just two games in a day was when we were doing Mario Galaxy 2 and Kingdom Hearts 1.
And that was more just because we wanted to like get both out of the way.
Because Mario Galaxy 2 I did because I wasn't ready for Ace Attorney at the time.
And now we're playing Persona because you're not ready for Ace Attorney now.
Well, I am. I think it's best we just take a break from it. You know. Because, like... Boy. Mario... Because, like, those types of games, both of us played like the different ones. Like I played Mario Galaxy 2, for example, with my pink career mode. Steven played Kingdom Hearts. I played Ace Attorney. Steven's playing this. I'm so sorry for him. And now I'm
not the worst thing I've had to do. So
that is true.
That honor probably still goes to the South Park Rally games.
Really, you're still not over that?
Nope.
That was like one of the first things we ever did.
It's literally one of the first things we did.
Second. First,
the first was Chef's Love Show.
Yeah, that one. I played the PS1 version recently, just to see how different it is the N64 version. The audio is slightly less compressed because it's a CD. You cannot pick the category, but Chef does voice every question. And also, you know, it's a game meant to be played with like 4 people, as it promotes. If you didn't know, the PS1 and also the PS2, which is what I played it on, only has 2 controller ports. You have to buy an adapter to get other controllers in there. It's called multi-tap. I've also gotten into collecting some PS2 games recently. Like, I picked up the Simpsons game. Call of Duty 3, for some reason.
Definitely a some reason thing, because why would you even play that one?
I don't know.
There's much better Call of Duty games out there.
Call of Duty 3 Wii Edition. It was a Wii launch title. Hood Classic, Lego Batman, and Star Wars Force Unleashed, which I play on the Wii as a young child. So,
funnily enough, a lot of people really enjoy the Wii version.
Yeah, the Wii version is like the most preferred, and from what I hear, the PS2 version is literally the Wii version, but without the motion controls and the multiplayer mode.
So kind of worse.
Slightly worse, but you know, I bought it for novelty. And as some of you might know, Force Unleashed was re-released on Switch, and it wasn't the PS3 360 version; it was the Wii version re-release. So I bought a physical copy for the Switch, and I've been playing through that. And after going through the PC version, this is so much better. It's actually my first limited run game. Like a really... Like, they published physical.
I know.
Yeah. And I also bought 2 other Star Wars games for the Switch from them. Should be arriving tomorrow. And the Switch version allows you to play with motion controls if you have detached Joy-Cons. So that's exactly what I did, and childhood just came back to me like that.
Metal Chocobo!
Wow. I also bought this. Family Guy for the PS2. It exists. It's too hot for TV. Distinctive Family Guy humor, raucous and racy, just as you like it.
Pretty sure that says raucous.
R-A-U-C-O-U-S.
Yeah, that's raucous.
Oh. Well, I've never heard that word before.
Well, it wouldn't have had an SH sound.
Rock. What?
Because, you know...
Yeah. PS2 is an interesting little console. It's the highest selling one and kept getting games even after the PS3 came out, so... Like Simpsons games, Star Wars Force Unleashed, Lego Batman, Call of Duty 3. All those games I bought, those have PS3 versions. It's kind of funny.
The PS2 will always hold a special place in my heart for having Duelist of the Roses.
Yeah. I remember my sister bought like a PS2 copy of Shadow the Hedgehog, even though we didn't have a PS2 at the time. That game is terrible, by the way.
Oh yeah, literally everyone knows that.
Even she hated it. And, So, like, and then I went up to my cabin, which I've told I have, and I walked in the basement, and I happened to find a PS2 down there. And I plugged it in to see if it works. It did. Controller and everything. Well, the controller had a broken right stick. But yeah, it worked. It even had an iToy. And as it turns out, that was one of my cousin's PS2s. Or that was my cousin's PS2. And they just left it there, so I saw it and I was like, mine. So that's
Finders keepers, losers weepers.
that was like 2015. That was my first PlayStation console. That began my conversion to PlayStation, slowly and steadily.
And then PlayStation kept fucking up, and now everyone agrees that all console manufacturers are assholes.
At least Microsoft's kind of nice.
Microsoft is kind of nice because they don't need to focus on their console to do anything.
Well, nowadays I've been using a lot more Xbox than PlayStation, so I still play on both. Xbox mainly because of Game Pass and it's neat. Then there's me having used my Xbox Series S to play Amori for 7 hours straight. Please don't do that. That's very unhealthy.
Most people would call a watch list after a while.
Yeah.
Not for anything wrong with Amori, it's just... Why would you subject yourself to that?
Because I was really invested in it, okay?
I know, but after a while you should probably take a break to like decompress from all the story.
It's so fucking depressing. It just hits. Like, jeez. I don't know how much you know about it, but
I don't. All I know is that it's really depressing.
Well,
and just like with things like Undertale, I usually take breaks from that with that type of story.
Dude, I just wanted to see it today.
The only reason Undertale didn't do that is because it didn't start getting like that until the very end. So I got through the entirety of the game before I even needed to.
Yeah. Like, once I was done with Amori, because, like, it has multiple endings. Once I was done, I was like, okay, I'm never playing this again. That was...
Well, this is the first room, and I just got one of these, so I'm going back.
So I just doodled the rest of the endings. I got the best ending. So, for all you Amori fans out there. And,
There's one ending that we will definitely never do for Persona.
Adachi ending. The society ending? I still remember someone messaged me like, I'm playing Persona 4 right now, and I'm starting to get the feeling that Adachi is just basically the Joker. And I'm like...
Yeah, you got it!
Yeah.
That's about right! Man talks a big game for all of his shit. And people don't start really, don't really start feeling bad to him until, like, the arena games.
Yeah.
When he starts showing some actual remorse for his bullshit.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh god, that one's far.
Take my advice, kids. Do not play Amori for 7 hours straight in one day.
In fact, it's probably best to just, like, take it about an hour at a time.
Please, it's like a 20-hour game.
Yeah, but let's be honest here. It's probably not mentally, like, a good thing to do.
Dude, I was like... When I finished it, I didn't even know what to do, because I was like, what the fuck was that? I know I said I never want to play this again, goddamn, but... But I'll make an exception, for this channel. Though, it would have to be a while. Jesus Christ.
I'd make an exception because I haven't played it at all.
Huh. That'd be a fun series then.
We have it! Kevin bought it and he's been playing it.
I have it on Xbox. Game Pass.
But it's not something I've ever touched.
Huh. Maybe you could do a blind playthrough for this channel.
Yeah, that'd probably work.
Yeah, I'd be down, but please, I just finished it a couple weeks ago. Give me some time. Damn it! But yeah, that's something we'll look into. I don't know if we'll do it,
Like immediately?
like, because we're already juggling this in Persona 4. But, probably sometime in the next couple months. I don't know how long it'll take before we're like, okay, let's play 3 games again. And, I guess we have to do a third
Honestly,
game.
both games that we're going to be playing today are fairly long.
Yeah, that's... Like, we're 18 hours in this game. Persona 4 is like a at least 50-hour game.
Like, and the thing here is that, like, the only major reason it's even taking us this long with this one is because quite literally the game is like...
Stupid.
I was gonna say, the game limits you in ways that you can do shit. So you're stuck trying to do stuff like grinding or getting stuff that normally other games were just kind of left to exploration stuff.
Oh, Ganondorf is still considered the worst character in Ultimate. That's funny. But yeah, in the case of Amori, I'll add that to the we're interested in this list, which I totally don't have.
On the plus side, this gives me an excellent excuse to grind.
Uneven Buddies. I'm just making this list now. We're interested in this list. Fucking Amori with Steven. And that's it. I'd be down, but again, it's gonna take me like another month or two to recover, because it was literally this month I finished it. But still, I love to do that. It's a great game. Top 10 game for me, honestly. Like, if someone asked me, pick a game to prove that video games are indeed a work of art, I'll probably choose that one.
I don't know. I'd probably say Valhalla, but...
Valhalla?
It's a visual novel. One of my favorite games. Only reason I haven't platinumed it is because one of the achievements is locked behind beating a shoot-'em-up that has no invincibility frames, and it's goddamn infuriating. And because of that, and because of like the whole like switch over to my laptop, my computer for some reason doesn't have any of the save data from my original save file. So if I want to actually get back to that, I have to play the game all over again. And considering how I'm still like fairly cognizant of the story, I don't want to do that. I'd rather like do it at a point where I've basically forgotten so much of it that I can re-experience it.
Yeah. But yeah, going back, again, we are juggling Chain of Memories and Persona 4, both of which are pretty long games. And depending on how we feel with Persona 4 later on, well, we'll play it by ear. We'll just see how it ends up. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Anyway, oh, I started college recently.
How was your first day?
Kind of fine, but I found it quite boring because it was like, okay, here's what we're going to do throughout the semester.
Yeah, that's usually the first class.
Spanish class, I was kind of confused because I couldn't understand what the teacher said. He did speak in English though, I'll say that. At lunch, I ate a batch of Doritos while the kids next to me talked about Taco Bell torture.
Did they really?
Yeah, they fucking did.
That's hilarious.
Like, people next to me were... I just overheard a conversation. And then I went to digital video production, and we watched a lecture about cutaways. Filmmaking techniques, actually, and cutaways happen to be one of them. Shockingly, none of the examples they showed were from Family Guy.
Probably because a cutaway gag and a cutaway is a different thing.
Yeah. We got cutaway gags, and we got cutaways.
Specifically, a cutaway it is technically a gag, but like it could be used like one. But in reality, it's basically the idea that like you switch from one area to another rather abruptly.
Cutaway gags are almost always jokes.
And unlike actual cutaways, they always start with a lead-in.
Yeah.
They're like, remember that time that yada yada yada. You've all watched the South Park episode.
Yeah.
An actual cutaway would be something along the lines of, it's like, look, we know our friend. He'd never do something this stupid. Cuts to that friend doing something exactly that stupid. Now, that is a cutaway.
But Seth MacFarlane actually said that cutaways are the hardest part to write of the show because you gotta set them up, make sure it works in the context, if there's any, and make sure they pay off.
Like, technically that is a lead-in, but it's a lead-in that isn't, like, so blatantly obvious it's fucking hitting you in the face.
Yeah. Like, fucking...
And the reason I say it isn't blatantly obvious is because more often than not, you won't see it coming because it'll be centered around an actual, like, conversation that looks like it would continue on further than that line. And hell, sometimes it'll even come back to the conversation immediately afterwards.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were also interested in doing Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley is more of a relaxing game, though. Omori is a game where our strength of will and character will be tested.
Oh, that's gonna be a fun time. I fucking love that game.
We have been at it for damn near 5 years, and you have actually been at it for 5 years.
In what?
I think, yeah?
Oh, 5 years of what? For
Uneven Buddies?
Uneven Buddies, 20...
I remember it was being like 5 years.
This is our 5th year, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, specifically, the first session... The first time... Well, I got the idea... Fuck. I got the idea in 2017, didn't think anyone would do it because, I don't know. And then I asked Jonathan in 2018, he's like, sure, why not? And we started in January of 2019. Get this, the first game we played was Undertale. We never finished it. Pretty hard. And then, the thing that convinced Kevin to come on board was that he wanted to see Jonathan play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And I guess he just kind of stuck around like a parasite.
And by stuck around, we mean he occasionally shows up.
Will he show up more than once this year?
Probably not.
Find out next time on... I don't know.
I know that for like, I think it's this week, but it's not permanent yet. But there's a chance that his paycheck will be upgraded from like 17 something to $19.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Also, I recently started college for Mondays and Wednesdays, and I don't really know what Kevin's availability schedule is, so... For the most part, I just work with whatever works at this moment.
And I am scheduled from Tuesdays and Thursdays. Granted, I actually do have something to do on Monday and Wednesday. Picking up my sister.
Monday I only have Spanish class. Wednesdays I have that and digital video production. And get this, Thursday, I got a text from my sister Lily saying like, yo, guess who's in my class? And I'm like, I don't know. She was like, Steven's in my class, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then like, a couple minutes later, Steven himself texted me saying, yo, guess who's in my class? And I'm like, Lily, she already told me.
Definitely wasn't a couple minutes because
well, let me check the exact times. fucking... Cause,
No, because like after finding out, I just kind of like waited a bit.
like, you both texted me. Lily texted me at 2:26 p.m. You texted me, goddamn, we had a long conversation last night. You texted me at 2:38 p.m., so a 12-minute difference. And then Steven sent me a portrait, something he made, which I was like, is this Satanism? That was my first reaction.
Funnily enough, in reality, it was just me messing around with watercolor brushes on Photoshop, and it came out looking like that.
Yeah.
In post production, add that into the video.
Well, you to assume I do post-production on this.
Come on, dude.
Also, I haven't really been,
Or at the very least, link it in Discord.
I'll link it in Discord, yeah. Someone would have to upload to Discord, and then I would need to, like, put the copy-paste the media link. Which,
Just upload it to Discord, I don't...
yeah. Okay. I'll upload it in the art channel.
That is what it is, so...
I'll be sure to credit you. And my sister also texted me, what should I draw? I'm bored. And I was like, draw Teddy Persona 4. So, she did, and for whatever reason, she drew him with a knife.
I think she's thinking Monokuma.
Like, fucking, which one? She drew this. And I'm like, and she's like, he's trying to kill you. And then she was like, I hate Teddy.
That.
Made by Death Lord, parentheses. He was too lazy to do it himself. He was too lazy to post it himself. Now, some sort of news, South Park Season 26 is premiering February 8th. So that's gonna be fun.
I remember finding out from Alice Mark, actually, by looking at his community tabs, and like him complaining almost like, I just came out with the video and now this happens? It was like he'd recently done a video where he goes through the entire South Park series.
Yeah, I watched that in the single day. You can spend 7 hours watching an LS Mark video or spend 7 hours playing a Mori.
Honestly, the Alice Mark one is probably
healthier.
Yeah.
I mean, also in 2020,
it was also healthier for him, just purely on the basis that unlike the Family Guy or like the Simpsons one, like
South Park has stayed consistently good
for the vast majority of the part.
I mean, there's some stinkers in there, but for the most part, South Park has been consistently good, which is amazing considering it's been running for like over 2 decades.
I don't even know why I'm getting into fights with these assholes. It's not like they'll drop anything unless I actually do their magic act when I don't have a freeze, so whatever.
Also, speaking of unhealthy gaming, back in 2020, during like summer break, quarantines and stuff, I would play Persona 5 Royal for at least 8 to 10 hours a day over a period of 10 days. If you don't think that's unhealthy, I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, I've beaten the story for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, how was that?
Scarlet. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I will say, playing through Royal like that mentally drained me that I did not know what to do for a solid month. Because you play for 10 hours a day for 10 days straight. even my dad was telling me, Logan, you should take a break, and I'm like, no, I need to find out what happens. Even though I played this game before, but there's new stuff that's been intertwined into it. And then suddenly the power went out due to like a severe heat wave. And I was like, damn it! And I was like, I want to find out what's going on! I would leave the game running on my PS4 and wake up at like early in the morning, go until like 12 at night. Just because I was so fucking invested, man. And then I got to the third semester stuff, and oh boy, that's a whole nother topic of Espresso Depresso. I don't know how much you know about.
I don't, because again, I haven't played it.
Well, it's depressing, I'll say that.
My reasoning is much simpler. I just don't really find the time to like go on the PS5.
Well, now it's multi-platform, so...
Yeah, but do you think I want to pay for a game I literally already have on a modern console?
Switch? PC? Xbox?
I have it on PS5.
The PS5 specific version or the PS4 version?
I think it's PS4, I don't know.
Because I played it on PS4. I own the PS5 version, just to support it, but I'm currently playing it on Xbox. Replaying it, that is.
I don't really remember.
But yeah, it made me think about life, man. Well, I don't know. I've been patiently waiting to vent out my emotions about how I feel about that part to someone for like 2 years now. Anyway, on to happier stuff. What are we talking about?
I don't know, I lost track.
Fucking... I don't know. Playing the game unhealthily, which I've done. Please don't do that, kids. Please don't. Royal finished at like 12 in the morning.
I remember the first time I beat the story for GTA 5. I like by the time I was done with everything, including the stock market stuff, it was like 3 in the morning.
Someone asked if you killed someone because of the art.
No. Just tell them, watch the newest episode of Chain of Memories to find out.
Watch?
Like, the one that hasn't been uploaded yet. So the upcoming.
Find out. Not released yet. Huh. Still find it kind of stupid that Royal does not have a free PS4 to PS5 upgrade, but Atlas is also kind of stupid. So.
Yeah.
And not every but cross-gen PlayStation game supports that. Not even Sony's own games support that.
Presumably they realized it means money.
Well, it did, but then they stopped after like Horizon 2 specifically.
Yep. Synchro.
Well, you can, but you have to pay an extra $10 to use your PS4 disc for the PS5 version. Royal, you just have to straight up buy the whole game again. And also, and as I pointed out before, Persona 5 Royal is the only one of the Persona re-releases that got a native PlayStation 5 version. Probably because Royal was already on PS4. Because in case of that, it also got Xbox One specific version, Xbox Series X and S specific version, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Golden and Portable got on PlayStation 4, which does play on PS5 through backwards compatibility, of course. Xbox One, Switch, and in case of portable, PC, because Golden was already on PC. But...
Oh, by the way, did you ever get around to watching Puss in Boots?
I I watched it last week.
Oh,
I told you.
I'm gonna be honest here. Last week kind of was a blur.
Yeah, I watched it. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
But we were talking about, damn, DreamWorks is actually making good movies.
Yeah, as long as they avoid the Boss Baby shit.
Still, it makes me hopeful for their future.
Yep.
But yeah, in the case of Golden and Portable, they're not getting. Well, they're out. They did not get PS5 specific versions. Again, you have to play the PS4 version through backwards compatibility.
Save just in case.
But they did get Xbox Series X and S specific versions. So if you want to play a next-gen version of those games, you have to do so on Xbox. And I think that's funny.
What to see how many I'm missing? Oh, this just has all the ones I do have, not the ones I don't have.
I can see two reasons for this. Number one, Atlas and Sega are spiting Sony.
Probably.
Number two, they only did, as I mentioned, three. Number two, as I mentioned, they only did Royal because Royal already had a PS4 version, and they still wanted to re-release it on Sony's platform, so they just did a PS5.
I have 7 slides that I haven't unlocked.
Number three...
That I can see.
Number three, if you've noticed with a lot of the promotional material, they are promoting the Xbox versions the most. Specifically, how you can play them on Game Pass. So... And the fact that there's an Xbox One and Series X version as well. Still, it does feel really surreal to play a mainline Persona game on a non-PlayStation console. And soon you're about to experience that feeling.
I already experienced a little bit from your photos.
Yeah, I played... yeah. Oh yeah, I sent Steven photos of Persona, me unlocking an achievement on Xbox Persona 4.
Damn, that's the second one I counted in this room.
I showed Steven a picture of myself unlocking an achievement in Persona 4 on Xbox, and because if you don't, so for PS4 trophies pop up in the top left around PS5 they pop up in the top right. Xbox, they pop up right in the bottom middle of the screen.
And it's weird.
Yeah, and get this, they actually tell you what you earned the achievement for without having to pull up the menu. Which is nice. And they even have there's even a special jingle if you unlock an achievement that less than 10% of people have.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Say what you will about this game, Monstro is nowhere near as bad as it is.
Yeah, definitely.
I know there's an actual trick to figuring out Monstro in the original that I forgot about until someone brought it up to me. And that's the right way is always following the green enemies, the healers.
Yeah.
But excuse me if I don't give a shit.
I was actually thinking about. I actually recently remember this is not the first time we're going to be attempting Persona 4 Golden. Because way back in 2020, we tried on a device called the PlayStation TV, and I specifically remember that we named the main. You're dying.
Yeah.
I specifically remember that we named the main character Chad Yu Narukami, and I'm thinking might as well just reuse that gag, because why not? It's either that or man whore. First name man, last name whore.
It already is a man whore, though.
Exactly. Or Chad man whore.
I will say this. I'll probably get more into this in the Persona part. But the amount of stuff that they say about Narukami in the spin-off materials that imply more and more that he really is just a man whore. Even if it's unintentionally, it's just hilarious just how often it comes up.
Afton, fucking hell. Atlas even said that they think they went a little bit too far in giving what's essentially a silent protagonist a personality in the spin-off, so they intentionally scaled back for the Persona 5 protagonist.
Which is a shame! And it's also exactly why I preferred Narukami. They gave him such a great personality and stuff like the anime.
You know, what's funny is that when like the Persona 5 anime came out, people were like, this is shit! And then the dub came out and it was like, you know, this is actually pretty funny.
Let's use the dub one out of its way to add in like the more comedical stuff that they did for like
yeah,
the 4 anime.
Yeah, because usually whenever I hear people talk like, oh, the Persona 4 anime is so good, it's usually just a dub.
Yeah, that anime is one of the instances where the dub is the only way to watch it.
You kids should have just waited for the dub, and it would have been vindicated by history. Or is it vindicated? Is it vindicated or vindicated?
Vindicated.
Vindicated by history. I want to ramble today. Holy hell!
Oh shit! I forgot about this.
Do you ever just get the fear that you've been recording for a bit and you realize you forgot to turn on the mic? You there?
I'm trying to deal with magic absorbing enemies.
I just remembered sometimes I get feelings that, like, when we have long conversations, I sometimes have to remind myself.
I'm gonna do this for these assholes.
I have to remind myself, did we turn on the mic? And thankfully we did in this case. So, yeah. Because one time I recorded an episode of Borderlands with Jonathan and Kevin, and we forgot to turn on the mic, and that kind of
fucked it up.
So I didn't release it for over a year. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm putting it out. One episode of like Zombie U, which I played with Kevin, we forgot to turn on the mic for a solid 4 minutes. And I realized we were talking the whole time. It's amazing that that missed.
There's a reason why I keep fire around.
You know, if I can get my PS4 controller to work on the PS3, I might be a lot more willing to use it.
Ah, damn it, this isn't the room I need to take.
I actually finally pulled out that damn splitter that lets the PS3 work with the capture card and set it up, so...
I hate this world, Tippies. You know, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Run.
I am not dealing with this bullshit. Like, all of my attacks are magic-based.
Yeah. And like,
fuck that. I've already gone through this hellhole once, I don't need to be here again.
That's fair.
I'm just gonna fucking run through this one. Ooh, perfect. I'll abuse some blue cards to get away with not having to deal with their bullshit.
So like, fucking, I just remembered, like, when the Ace Attorney episode where we tried to, the last one, I kept trying to make stupid cutaway gags.
Yeah.
And Steve just kept trying to shut me down because, yeah. So I went in the comments and made a reference to how we were dropping Ace Attorney in favor of Persona 4, and I was like, man, this is just like that time where you guys stopped playing Portal 2 in favor of Utopia. Got him! Because, I'm not wrong though, that's literally what we did.
Yeah.
Well, mainly because, one, Portal 2 is making my big brain hurt, and I'd say it wasn't an issue with the PS3, but slightly it kind of...
We did lose the data.
We did lose the data. So, overall, it was an issue with the PS3. And if we do go back to Portal 2, we're just gonna do the fucking co-op. And if so, it'll be on Xbox, because I already own it there. Oh, I recently discovered a local movie, like a movie theater in San Francisco is playing the first SpongeBob movie.
Huh.
On the 10th of February, but unfortunately it's in the city at 9:15 at night. And both me and my parents are kind of concerned about the idea of me going to the city that late at night. Which, I get them. It's San Francisco. Though I've been to San Jose late, and Sunnyvale, but that's not as big, I guess.
Yeah, I'm dying.
Aren't we all? Uneven Buddies isn't a Let's Play channel. It's a record of our slow demises. I don't know what else to say. Damn work. I had a realization that the time I went to saw Jackass Forever in a tuxedo was about to become a full year ago. And I'm like, holy shit, where did the time go?
That's how I feel every time I think about how long we've been on this channel.
5 years at this point? You joined later on, but...
Yeah, but that's, you know, still about a 4.5 years thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I never mentioned when I said how Kevin joined. I never mentioned that you joined. Kevin and I scheduled for like August 1st of 2019. Yes, I remember exact dates. We scheduled for that, and it was originally planned to just be me and Kevin, you know. And then, randomly, I think I was on my computer at the time. I got a message from Kevin saying, "Yo, Steven wants to come over and join us, be a part of this thing." And
Aqua Splash.
Now,
Melted ice. Oh, this one's actually pretty cool.
He just messaged me saying like, "Yo, Steven wants to come over. Is that okay?" And I'm like, now internally I was like, "What the hell? Why would he want to do this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? That'd be cool."
Boredom.
I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not? That'd be cool." And that's how it happened.
I basically inadvertently forced myself into this.
Yeah, he invited himself, and Kevin contacted me and asked for approval, which you can tell what my answer to that was. I said yes.
I always find it funny that about technicalities, I literally have like no reason to be here other than just the fact that I got bored one day, and now I am somehow the one that has spent the most amount of time here.
I don't know. I mean, like I tried doing twice a week with like you and Jonathan on another day, but I was like, man, that's tiring. And
I'm just a lot more available.
Yeah, the one day Jonathan's available is Sunday, which
thank God I'm out of that terrible, terrible world.
The one day Jonathan's available is Sunday, which is already being taken up. But I do ask him to like keep me updated on when he is available every other day of the week.
I'm gonna check what side the thing in this world is closer to, just in case it happens again. Because I want to know which room I should spawn in.
Yeah. I specifically remember in 2020.
Okay, I guess it doesn't really matter.
I specifically remember in 2020, way back in 2020, Steven was kept suggesting the idea, hey, we should do Kingdom Hearts on this channel. And I'm like, are you sure about that?
And now it has become this.
It took 2 years, but I'm pretty sure it was just the original idea was like Kingdom Hearts 1 at least in that time.
And then we just kind of committed to doing way more than that.
Like, for those who are somehow just tuning in, the context is like back in around the time we started, we were also playing Miitopia on the Switch, and back in the day, back in that time, we would also just play something randomly different and random like each time. Like, I don't know, Pokemon Stadium, Donkey Kong, Pac-Man World 3, fucking Sora and Smash. I don't know. And then one day I tried looking for my. This was March 13th, just 2022. To give a timestamp. Steven suggested, "Hey, maybe we should continue Danganronpa S." So, but I couldn't find the fucking cartridge. And get this, I found it after you left.
Yeah.
And so I was like, maybe I can just try a Pokemon Soul Silver Nuzlocke, because I had it modded on my Wii U. And we were like, and then we were also, holy shit, my throat. We were also like, and then suddenly I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll finally say yes to that Kingdom Hearts idea. So it took 2 years of convincing for me to say yes. This shows how stubborn I can get. And then we started Kingdom Hearts 1, and like, fucking at some point, I was like, you know what, Steven, you want to play the entire Kingdom Hearts series? And then he was like, yeah, fuck it, why not?
It's basically a way to fully like get me to do like a full replay again without having to like basically force myself to do it with no motivation.
But now you have a motive. I'm surprised you even killed that one. I am most excited to get to Kingdom Hearts 3 solely on the basis that I can do my epic karaoke of Let It Go. I will be fully training my vocal cords before then, even though I know it's not going to be for a while. And hey, I guess we're going to end off at Kingdom Hearts 3. I mean, we'll probably do Kingdom Hearts 4 as well, but
that one
not blind. Not blind, at least for Steven. But you were going to say?
I was gonna say, but that one probably won't come out for a long time.
Yeah. I'm guessing, like, I don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out until after FF7 Rebirth. And if I had to guess, I'd say 2025 at the earliest. Which conveniently is 7 years after Kingdom Hearts 3, which was 7 years after Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, which was 7 years after Kingdom Hearts 2. Sevens! Lucky number 7s, people! Kingdom Hearts loves the number 7!
Lights.
Kingdom Hearts loves the number 7! Damn it! Why aren't you laughing?
Because everyone knows this.
I know. Still. Or maybe 2024, if we're lucky. That, like, 2024 will be on the basis on, how soon does Final Fantasy VII Rebirth come out? Because currently it's dated for either late this year or early next year.
Yeah.
So, when Rebirth gets like a release date, I'll assume, okay, Kingdom Hearts 4 will come out. Because if Kingdom Hearts 4 does come out and we're still not done with the series, then we'll just add that to the log.
Yeah.
We'll just jump to it after 3, because I don't think we'll be doing Melody of Memory.
Probably not. We'll probably do what we do with Recoded and just watch.
Maybe. Yeah. Or, you know, I know it has a multiplayer mode, so we could, like, go head-to-head with that sometime.
Yeah, but all the story stuff is locked till the very end.
That is true. Recoded. I still like my idea for that. We'll just record our reactions and I'll release it as a YouTube premiere. So, you know what premieres are?
Pre-recorded live streams, essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. There's a live chat and everything. People can watch along in the chat. Yeah. That'll be fun. More fun than playing the actual game. You know, when I keep looking back at all the games we finished, I always forget Left 4 Dead is on there. Because I forgot we did that. We blazed through that so fast.
Yeah. Like, I'm fairly certain I'm probably not going to be needing to go back there again.
Yeah.
I hope. But just in case, I'm probably going to be putting the save one right next to the actual story event.
Oh, and to those who are concerned about my me giving up on Portal, I'll have you all know I did play through it on PC, and I beat it, actually. Good game. I beat Portal 2 in like 2 sittings.
I'm gonna be honest here. Considering how much time I spent backtracking, I legitimately do not believe we're moving the story along this episode.
Yeah. Hey, at least we had some conversations. Keep it alive.
Which is a lot more than I could say about last week, where I spent most of it basically half comatose.
Yeah.
Fucking vexing.
Man. Anyway, how much longer are we gonna do this?
Presumably. We'll see.
Trying to eager to start Persona. Yeah, I remember Steven came over to my house like the day Smash Bros. Ultimate came out. And I was like, yo Steven, what do you think of Joker and Smash? Because I knew he would have something to say about it.
Did I?
You said you were looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And you were like talking about the stage should be the final boss area. And I'm like, I don't think it's gonna pull that. The stage was mementos.
Which is literally what I said.
You said the final boss area, like the other battle.
The final boss area is mementos.
I know, but like specifically the platform where you fight him on.
I don't remember that part.
I was guessing mementos would end up being right. I am still pissed it did not include Life Will Change, but it is what it is. We even got a Persona 4 remix, which was the last thing I would have expected. I still love how mementos like changes color depending on what song is playing.
Yeah.
Normally it's red. Music from Persona 4 is playing, it's blue. Yellow, I meant. Persona 3, it's blue. See, I know my colors.
You know color theory.
I know colors. Persona 6 is gonna have the color green. That's what everyone says. Still, I kind of wish there was more tracks from 3 and 4 to, like, balance it out. Because 5 has 5, 4 has 3, and 3 has 2. But, given that the Sega IPs in Smash have never always had the best music representation, I'll take what we got.
I remember, like, one of the major complaints about Persona Q2 is the sheer amount of focus on 5.
Well,
because, like, as people pointed out, Q1 actually, like, struck a balance between 4 and 3.
Well, maybe 5 was just fresh on their minds at the time.
No, that's quite literally what, because it was the newest one.
Yeah, that's... So, it is what it is. Q2 bombed, though.
Q2 bombed because it was a late-stage 3DS game right was the fucking... Right 2019.
2 years after the Switch came out. Which,
They were releasing that game to fucking die.
it didn't even have an English dub, which could say a lot on how much.
How little they cared.
Yeah. They got it out. It did not sell well. End of the story. Maybe they can give it second life if they find a way to get the gameplay to work on one screen. Which I don't know how difficult that would be. I know it's like based off Entry and Odyssey, I think it's called. Like the gameplay.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how they get it to work on one. And I don't know if Entry and Odyssey has gotten installments outside the 3DS. So.
The thing about Entry and Odyssey is, like, one of the major aspects is building a map, so...
Yeah, that's why I said, should they get it to work on one screen? I mean, if they try, they probably can, but it'd be awkward.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, they got Dream Drop Distance, a 3DS game, to work on PS4 and Xbox One, so... maybe. I still remember when the Persona Q2 opening just dropped for the first time and everyone saw Kamoshida rapping.
The raper is rapping.
Yeah, literally. There's context behind why Kamoshida is there. Because in the world, it's like they're trapped in like movies. And one of them is a superhero Kamoshida, which sounds terrifying. Believe me, it is.
From what I've heard, at least he's not a rapist.
He's super no, that's not his name. He's Kamoshida Man.
But like that's generally the one thing he has about the actual Kamoshida, apparently.
I was gonna say one of the other moves is based off Alice in Wonderland, and I was like, no, that's Q1.
Yeah, Q1's entire shtick was Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah. Someone might that's a tree. Oh, the other movies were like the Jurassic Park parody, and...
That's the point I noticed. Not everything around Q1 was based on Alice in Wonderland, but let's be honest here, that was probably the most impactful part of the game. Just purely on the basis that, like, that's the stuff that actually revolves around, like, the characters who the story's about. Yeah.
The other movies in Q2 were Jurassic Park parody and some sort of futuristic sci-fi thriller thing. Your Star Wars, Star Trek type movie. I have the art book somewhere. I remember I bought Q1 for around $20 because that was like around the time. It was after I beat Persona 5, and I was like, what? I'm not like the guys like, wow, there are 4 other Persona games. I was like, wow, I want to see what this series has to offer. So,
which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure I was telling you about Persona well before you played it.
Yeah, you were. I bought Persona 4 on the PS2 beforehand, but I couldn't get into it because it's on the PS2. So, in chronological order, after that, I bought Persona 5, played Persona 5, beat it, felt sad. I noticed Persona 4 Arena was on the Xbox 360. I didn't have a PS3 at the time, so I bought that. Without knowing jack shit about Persona 4, I didn't play the story.
Or the fact that it was meant to be an actual sequel.
Yeah.
Because, like, a lot of people are shocked at just how often the spin-offs for Persona 4 actually, like...
Story.
They have actual story.
Yeah, but
like, especially when it comes to the dancing one.
Well...
Because the other ones don't have a story.
Well, in the case of Arena, I mostly played the arcade mode. Still, it was... And also, it was backwards compatible on Xbox One. How did I not pick it up? For some reason. They made that backwards compatible, but they never made Ultimate backwards compatible. And that,
which is weird.
It's baffling, yeah.
But yeah, like, a lot of people don't really know this until they actually start trying them out. But for Persona 4, all of the spin-offs have some story that, like, actually connect back to their canon. Canonically, the Q games do take place, they just all forget that stuff happens. But, like, all the other ones, yeah, they have an actual backing. Arena and Arena Ultimax all take place in between, the end of Persona 4 and the epilogue of Persona 4 Golden.
Yeah.
And the dancing one takes place after the epilogues, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. and in case of 5, I think the first one that actually had any sort of story was Strikers.
Yeah.
That's still canon. And on the Twist Fader, well, every Persona game does.
Not really.
Almost every.
As I said,
it leaves the door open for more.
Golden got an actual epilogue.
Yeah, well, it just leaves the door open for more. Just like,
yeah.
Atlas can't resist. They're gonna milk Persona 5 for all it's worth until 2028. I don't know.
This is back, but that's because yeah, that's how these places work. They don't fully disappear until the post game stuff.
I see everyone memeing on Persona 5 Racing, how that should be a spin-off. And honestly, that'd be funny. Okay, I played Arena. I mainly played the arcade mode, not too much. I only know the only characters from 4 I knew when I got Arena were Narutami, Yosuke, Chie, Yukiko, and Teddy. And that's it. That's a solid 5 people.
I think the funny part is about their whole statement about how they regretted giving Notakami so much personality as the spin-offs went by. Is that like there were so many people who'd already played Persona 4, right?
Yeah.
And Persona 3. And then played Persona 5 when it came out, who talked about the little instances of stuff like Ren getting a smile on his face, saying wow, he has so much more personality than the others already.
Because the others were PS2 models, if I must remind you.
Not only not because a lot of those people never actually watched stuff like the anime. Not realizing that, oh yeah, no, some of the other protagonists were given personalities. It's just not the obvious one.
Persona 3 is emo.
Persona 4's personality is all of the weird answers.
Persona 5 is. I was trying to think of I'm just insert rebellious teen movie here, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head. And Rebellion. Hey, that's a Star Wars. See, I'm Star Wars. See? No, what am I saying?
I was gonna say, what about Hunger Games?
That works.
No,
that's kind of Danganronpa, though.
No, it's sounding more like teen to young adult who's basically the head of a movement rebelling against the system.
Stylish show-off is what I described Joker Persona 5.
Yeah.
Man-whore is what I described you Persona 4. Door is what I described Makoto Persona 3.
Yeah.
Makoto Yuki is the canon name, folks. Sorry to break it to you.
And as Logan texted me, they gave a canon name to the Persona 3 female main character.
Yeah.
But actually, funnily enough, it wasn't the first time that name has been used.
Really?
Yeah, no, apparently it was also used in a drama, play.
Interesting.
And I think it was also the default name if you switched languages.
That wasn't in the original version.
In Kyoto.
Interesting. Well, the name is Katone Shiomi.
But yeah, that name originates from a play.
Yeah, and they give you the default name, you switch languages, and Persona 5 Royals release ended all arguments by saying the canon name is Random Mamiya, you fucks.
Yeah. More often than not, if an anime gives a name, that is the name that is canon.
Yeah. The manga
Makoto Yuki,
the manga names are
Yunatakami, Random Mamiya, they're all the anime names.
Even though I personally preferred Akira Torusu, I've grown to accept Random Mamiya.
Honestly, I enjoyed Random Mamiya more. For one reason. Akira Torusu sounds way too ecchi for a teenager who's meant to be unassuming.
But, you know, Persona 5 is all about edgy teenagers.
Yeah,
They have guns!
But the whole point is they're not edgy at the start.
That's
they
true.
learn to edge.
At least they do it right, unlike Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Dude, my sister played Shadow the Hedgehog, and literally the first shot of the game is just Shadow loading
With a gun.
He's just loading a fucking gun, and we just both burst into laughter.
That game's a total mess.
It is fucking atrocious.
Well, actually, what's the next room? Okay, yeah, it was the room where I said save time.
Sorry to the viewers that I've been coughing a lot. I just talked a lot, and it caused me to have a sore throat, so... I'm not sick, don't worry.
It's 3 o'clock.
Well, we've been playing for like an hour 40.
I'm gonna go ahead and collect all the materials in this room. And after that, I'll probably save.
And we'll start the journey of Manford. Oh yeah, you have to log on to the new Xbox Series now, because it's a different console. That's right. Oh yeah, in terms of timeline, after that, I bought Q on the 3DS, played about 2 hours of it, got confused, gave up. Joker got into Smash, I screamed my lungs out at Baskin Robbins. And for Christmas, I was gifted the Persona dancing games and Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on 360.
Oh, 2 hours just to go 2 levels, I think. Maybe 3.
Amazing. And then I bought Persona 3 Fez, a full fucking Vita to play Golden. And
I also got a Vita just for Golden.
And then Royal, and then...
Granted, it's because I found Golden first, and then I was like, I want to play this game so much.
Yeah, that was me. PS Vita emulators don't exist, and I didn't have a PC at the time, so woo. And then it came to Steam, and I was like, what the fuck?